What is happening, YouTube? How are you all doing? Thank you very much for clicking on this review. And today, as you can see, we are taking a look at the Commander class aerial bot Silverbolt. Now, I'm just going to jump straight into this because there is a lot to cover, and I mean a lot. So let's just get straight down to it, shall we? And as you can see, I have him in what I'm calling his Super Concord mode, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think this works. Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled when I seen the promo pictures, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't too thrilled with this when I first seen it, but I have to say, having it here in hand, this actually does work for me. I can work with this. Basically, like, Ngo is the one that pointed this out. I'm just going to reiterate what he said. When he's in this mode, this is what he envisioned, and I agree with him. What I can envision myself, what he would use when he's flying through space. If he has to get back to Cybertron, if he has to do any kind of space missions, this is the mode that he would have. So taking a quick look at it there, as you can see, there are some combiner ports on the top and bottom here. Unavoidable, unfortunately. Like, these sections here are where the arms are going to be. These are the legs of the combine mode, and this here obviously is the chest with the thighs there. So quick look around, like, for a jet, okay, yeah, a lot of undercarriage, unfortunately, seems to be the deal when, especially when you have a slimline jet mode on a transformer. So far, the only one to actually pull it off is Cyclonus, and he pulled off flawlessly. But still, with this, it's not bad. I do like it a lot. You have his gun there underneath, and that is actually where it's supposed to peg. The nose here, like a real Concorde, it can actually droop down, so that's a nice little touch there. Nice detail all the way around, good coloration, definitely has the Silverbolt colors, even on this trunk at the back, like this whole lot here. Underneath there, it's, now for the combine mode, you can't really see too much, or you can't make it what's going to be what if you didn't know. Obviously, you have the hands here and here. So you'd think then that this would be the arms, but no, that's not. But we'll get more into that later on as the review continues. You have the landing gear here, which does just fold up into Superion's head, and that is very much the back of Superion's head right there. Unavoidable, but it's what's needed. And but still, again, I think this works. So we'll just split this here. Now, to split this, what you're going to have to do first is you're going to have to take the wings, just lift them up like this, because with the wings themselves, you'll see you have a tab or a port slot right here underneath the main wing, and then a tab right there which goes into that, and that just clips it in, holds it in place, and then you just pull apart like that, where you are left with these two red tabs that hold onto the back of Silverbolt right here on his legs. So we'll just put him off to the side very quick. You stay there. So with these, you just fold these down, that tucks them away. And if you want, you can also fold these wing tips here down as well against the side like that. And that is the main chunk of this. And now, does it do just that? Obviously not. It's a combiner. This is going to be the skeletal form of the combiner. But it does do something else. Now, people seem to think that it's not really that good of a third mode, I guess, for this. And yeah, I can kind of see where they're coming from, but there are some who think it works, and again, I can see exactly where they're coming from as well. So to get into this weapon emplacement mode, it's not even a base, it's a weapon emplacement, and I think that's where people who hate it are falling down on, because they're thinking of it as a base mode. It's not, it's a weapon emplacement. Anyway, you've removed this tail fin right here. Just put that off to the side for now. Next, you want to come to this section here, and actually I'm just going to raise my camera up a bit. There we go. Give me a bit more room to operate. Oh, and advance warning, I am suffering hay fever badly, so if I start sneezing, I apologize. Speaking of, No, no, it didn't come out. And yes, I very much had that Eric Cartman face on when he got a sneeze stuck. Anyway, so first thing you want to do to get into its weapon emplacement mode is you want to come to this section here, just lift it up like that. So you're going to have these tabs on both sides that will go into these slots here on both sides. So just lift it up like that. Now this bit here is going to be very much, oh sorry, before I forget, you also want to take this tab here, lift that up, and obviously those two tabs will go into these two slots right there. That's everything loosened up that needs to be, and this does clip in quite securely. You have two clips right there, which unfortunately is his combined mode arse. And yes, it does clip in there. It's unfortunate placement, but it is what it is. Anyway, you want to come to this piece here. Now, if I forget, just bear with me, I do apologize. So bring this up. Oh, and don't worry about this, it's a friction clip, so it does snap off. I'm only human, don't hate me, don't hate me. But anyway, the configuration of this piece I did have wrong. So no, you do not want to have it down like this, and then again, that friction clip, that's one thing I wish they'd done here, put a pin through that instead of having a friction clip. But anyway, you know, you don't have it down. What you do want to do is put it back up like this, straight up. Have this piece at the back, fold it back for now. You bring this chest piece down as far as it will go, like that, and then you bring the this piece that was sitting back forward, flip it around, and the orientation of the thighs has to be like this, straight out to the side, with these slots facing directly towards you. And now you can tab these on to those 4 tabs on the bottom. Make sure to get them good and squozen. It should sit there just like that. And then the gun or the tail fin, you take it, open it out and flip it around. And then you have these 2 notches here, which will go over these 2 tabs here. And you just put that on just like that, and there you have his gun in placement. And it's another sneeze again. Sorry. Yeah, as I said, hay fever. So yeah, there you have its gun in placement, and it looks okay. See, again, it's not a base mode. It's not. It's a gun in placement. So it's meant to be something for defense. It's not meant to be something that's to be a base. And to be honest, I kind of think that works. Not amazingly well, but it pulls it off. It does the job. It has one thing to do in this mode, and it does it. So we'll just put that off to the side for now, and we will transform, concentrate on Silverbolt here. So once he's separated, you just close his, lower the camera down again. Once he's transformed, you just close his tail fin up, and if you want, while he's in this mode, you can have his landing gear out. Now this isn't the only landing gear he has. These pieces here, they're his hip skirts in robot mode, which also double as landing gear in jet mode. So anyway, fold those back up. We'll just remove the gun for now. So yeah, I was originally going to go straight into combined mode because if you look at the way Silverbolt is in jet mode right here, and again, raise the camera up, sorry about this. If you look at the way he is here, he is literally already in combined mode. He is. The only thing that has to change is his head has to turn around and these 2 pieces have to condense down. Other than that, this is his combined mode. And actually what I'll do is I'll go straight into his normal robot mode now. And when I'm putting him into combined mode, I'm actually going to put him straight into jet mode. and show you how much this is his actual combined mode. So we'll get down to his robot mode. I'll show him with the gun emplacement, and then we'll go straight on to combined mode. Oh, before I do, actually, while I think of it, God, I am a professional. I swear to God, I am a professional. I wish. Don't have enough viewers yet, but I am only starting. So for comparisons, and we're only going to stick with the aerial bots for the purpose of this review. Here we have him with airblades, and they look quite well. And here he is with slingshots, which again, I think that works. They do look quite well together. So with that out of the way, now we get down to transformation. So like I said, you just want to flip his hip skirts or landing gear back up and into his head. Tips of the wings. Now for jet mode, this is optional. Now he comes packaged in the box with them folded up like this. If you want to leave them like that, you can. If you want to leave them out, you can. So the first thing you want to do, come back to the tail section here. It's on a double hinge right there. So you want to start lifting this up, but you don't want to lift it up all the way like that. No, because it can be, like you can see here, these pieces of this panel are getting caught right in there. So what I do is I start to shimmy it up or wiggle it up until you have it lifted up like this, and then you just push it back until it won't go any further. There you have it, just like that, and that's the way you want that piece there. Next, you come to the tip of the Concorde mode. Just lift up the cockpit, fold the nose in, close that up, and then you just want to bring this up. And it is on, again, another double hinge that goes inside the fuselage. Just bring it up on the armature, just like that. And then you'll have, I don't know how well you can see it, these tabs here that will go into these slots here. No, sorry. These tabs that go into these slots here. You swear I never messed with this thing before. One optional piece of transformation as well is the tail fin. If you want, you can open this up like that right now for robot mode, and then just tab all this down to, and it will tube into place as well, and you can have it sitting just like that. But you notice this bit here, you can also, if you want, just lift that up, just keep the tail fin closed and bring all this down. It will go right back into its exact same spot, and the tail fin will nestle in there nicely on you. So you can see, not affecting a single thing. So next thing you want to do is come to these side panels. So like you can see already, that's Superion's chest. Look, just to show you. Superion, straight away, he's in his combined mode in jet form. You just have it like this. And actually that's why you have to have it when he's in combined mode as well. Anyway, I digress. So come to the legs. Now you just want to untab the wings, bring them back like this. For now, they're not going to stay like that. It's just to get them out of the way. Bring the legs down, and you'll notice that the forearm goes into this hole right here. Just straighten the leg out, rotate at the thigh. You want to bring his foot down like that, and then just get his heel, open that out, and there you have it, a leg all done. Second verse, rinse and repeat. Bring that down, rotate, bring the foot down, open up the heel, and there you have his lower body all done. So for the upper body, now this is where some people are having an issue. I will address that when we get to it, just to let you know it's to do with tabbing the chest in. There is a way. It's fiddly as fuck, but there is a way. So you open his chest panel here. It can get a little bit stuck. If that's the case, just lift his head up here, because you can see there's a bit of a tab here, and sometimes that could be a little bit of a clearance issue. Not often, but I found if it jams like that, lift the head up. Anyway, I digress. Bring it down, robot mode head, bring that up. Then you want to bring his arms out while rotating the forearm at the same time. Rinse and repeat on the other side. Then you bring the combined mode head down until you hear it click into place. Make sure that these panels that the arms are on are facing forward, because you will have this tab here that will go into a slot right in there, and then these tabs here that are supposed to go into these slots there. And this is where the alignment issues are coming in, because, oh, and also one thing I have to stress, this is a pain in the arse to do this, but it is doable. But his horns, the Superion ears, these here, have to go into these cutouts right there, those two rectangular parts. They don't always line up, so you can't just swing this up and force it shut, because if you do, something will break. You have to keep a close eye on it as you're doing it. Make sure the head does not move, and providing that everything's aligned and Primus is with you, there you go. So extend his arms out just like that, up at the shoulder, out at the elbow, and then rotate them forward so that the elbow's in the right orientation. Come back here to his fist, just pull the fist out, pull the fist out. Now we're not done just yet, because again, the chest, it's still not tabbed in properly. Even if you have these side panels lined up properly, the chest still isn't tabbing in properly. So what I found you have to do is that, I thought initially at first that it was a case where it was just out of alignment, but no, you have to flex it down. So you have to push down a bit, but also manipulate it out to the side. So you have to, while pushing down on this, pull the same panel out to the side that way as well at the same time to get it to line up. And then once you have everything in the right spots, both on the sides and on the top, just bring these back wings out again. You can angle them back slightly if you want, and there you have it, Superion in his robot modes, with a couple of completely understandable mistakes in the process. Completely understandable. His gun here, no, his gun for storage in robot mode. Oh, he's leaning back slightly, get him straightened up there. It looks like, you know, I haven't actually tried this, but you have these slots on either side and a very clear tab right here. So I am wondering, can you just peg his gun into the slot on the back there for storage? And yeah, you can. So there you go, storage for his gun. That actually works. Okay, that's pretty cool, that works. So let's look at the details of Superion, and yeah, actually hold on. There we go, that's better. Sorry about that. Just as the review was going on, it was getting darker outside, so he was getting darker. But yeah, that is Superion, or it's not Superion, Silverbolt. This is Silverbolt. He'll become Superion Silverbolt. But yeah, like, quick look at that head sculpt there, and that is straight out of cartoon. I love the silver that they put on this, and nice blue eyes there, stand out very well. And look at his chest there. Oh, just raise the camera up a bit so we have more room to operate, as Emgo likes to say. Sorry, Emgo, I know I'm robbing your lines here, but look around. It's very nice. Now, this is your typical Silverbolt backpack. Okay, it's not as prominent as that, but in the cartoon, but yeah, that is your typical Silverbolt backpack. Come down to the legs there, looking very nice indeed. A bit of a heel spur, but considering how big this is, that's forgivable. I can actually forgive that. And also, I don't display my figures sideways or facing the wall. Then I have them facing me full head on. The only critique I have about his robot modes is the placement of his Autoboss symbol. That should be dead center. For me, having it up here, yeah, it looks fine, but the chest now looks plain, bare, boring. It looks like a third-party chest. It looks like the chest off of a third-party rendition of Silverbolt. To me, anyway, and just because they put the symbol up here instead of right there. Minor critique, very minor, but it's still true all the same. Now, for articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you get that much up, that much down. If you know the panel that his head is on can flex a little bit, don't force it too much. You can get full rotation there at the neck. The arms can go out that far. You can get a full 360 out of them. Bicep rotation. He does get over 90 degrees rotation at the elbow. No wrist rotation, but it can go down if that is something you wanted to do. He does have waist rotation, but because of the way all this, especially with the back kibble is, and the wings, they can get in the way as well, especially right here. It is a little snug and you can feel a bit limited. Now, whose waist goes further than that? Nobody's able to do a full 360 waist, so I've never understood the need to have a waist that swivels around 360. Can you do a full 360 swivel on this? Not that I'm aware of. I haven't tried, and it is so snug. I don't want to risk forcing anything either, me myself. Move the hip skirt here, or his landing gear out of the way. You do get, and on a kind of soft ratchet, straight kick all the way out to the front like that. Because of the wing and the back kibble here, you only get about that much far back. It does go out to the sides. He can do the splits and then some. You do have thigh rotation. He has just over 90 degrees bend at the knee, and if you use his transformation hinge right there, you could cheat it and get a nice deep knee bend right there. So things you can do if you want to do it. Sorry, I know I'm robbing your phrases, but they're good. Paying you a compliment. For his feet, you do get ankle tiltage, ankle breakage more like. They can't really go down. They can go up all the way due to transformation, and of course you have his heel that can pivot if that's any use to you whatsoever. So that is Silverbolt in his robot mode, and for comparison, here he is with Slingshot, and that looks quite well to me. Now, I can't remember definitively, but I think in the cartoon all the aerial bots were about the same height. I understand why they are different heights here, but I think they were the same height in the cartoon. Anyway, I digress. And here he is with air raids. Now, if you've seen my original review of Slingshot and air raids, yeah, I'm gushing on them. I love those figures. I think air raid looks better in robot mode than alt mode, and Slingshot looks better in alt mode than robot mode. Silverbolt, I think he's managing to do both equally well. But there you have it, that's them together. So give me a minute, I'm going to transform this guy back into alt mode off camera. And oh wait, actually before I do, sorry, completely forgot. But yeah, his gun emplacement. Not base, emplacement. So yeah, see, this is why I'm calling it a gun emplacement. That is nowhere near big enough in any conceivable way to be called a base. It's not a base. Stop calling it a base. Anyway, I'm going to transform this guy off camera, and when I come back, I will show you exactly. No, I already kind of showed it in his transformation to robot mode, but I'll show you exactly how much of his combined mode is his hold mode. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so I'm not going to go fully into his vehicle mode, because regardless whether you're transforming him into robot mode or combined mode, this is the orientation that you have to start off in. So might as well just leave it like that here. So I'm going to put him off to the side for now, and we will concentrate on his gun emplacement, or his thruster pack, whatever you want to call it. So first thing we're going to do is remove his big blaster there, and then just disconnect this bit here, which obviously is going to become his crutch. So you are going to have to rotate these around, because when you rotate them for the first time, the screws are facing forward. You don't want the screws facing forward, you want them facing back. Bring this down, the combiner port, swing to the back, rinse and repeat on the other side. And there you go, you have the ties ready to go. You want to bring up this chest piece, just bring it forward on that hinge, and you have everything sitting there just like that. So put that off to the side for now. Next, you're coming to this, and you just want to break it up into its individual pieces, just like so. So we will go with the legs first. So for the legs, you want to get this piece here, just swing that in, snap it into place. You then flip it around, put your finger in here, just push that back. That will lift up his combiner peg, bring that up all the way. You have this black tab here, you just push that in, and that locks this into place. Without that, that will slip down. Just want to get his foot, push it forward, snap that into place. Now, I will say this, just be careful, because the right foot is, the right foot is paired with the left arm, and the left foot is paired with the right arm. So be careful there. Although to find out which foot is which, it is very easy. Just go with the ankle pivot. So anyway, same thing for his other foot, leg, whatever you want to call it. Push that in, flip that down, and there is his legs all done. For his arms, now this is all, especially with the arms, it is the exact same as Menasor. So you just get his fist, pull it out, break the arm there, straighten it out, break the arm there, straighten it out, and you have an arm all done. I'm actually going to transform this one with slingshot. I do remember names. With slingshot attached, just so you can see how it works. But again, it's the exact same as Menasor. So we'll do that one now in just a moment. So to attach these, gee, I wonder, who is this going to be like? Oh, I know, it's Menasor. So you just push that in there, push in all the way. Same on the other side. Push that in, push in all the way. Then, now, this is where this comes in, and this is where I have to increase the height of my camera, because he is getting tall. So tall. So you have a few points of connection for Superion here. These two holes, slots in his butt, they will tab onto these right here. And this port right here is going to go, and now you have to lift this up. So you actually have to disconnect this to lift this up enough so that you can get access to that hole back here. I don't know how well you can see it. That hole right there. And then you'll have on the chest these two square tabs that will go into these two square holes on his chest. So just bring that in, tab the base in first, bring this panel up. Now you have to squeeze it from the sides, and then you can just bring this one We'll actually leave that till we have the chest secured on. Secure that in like that. You can then just fight with this, because there we go. So I don't know again how well you can see it, but in here you've got notches cut out for these tabs here. So you just have to line them up, push it in, that secures everything in there. Again, the tail fin, you can leave it up like that, or you can open it out. So just for the sake of combine mode and to do something different, we'll open up the tail, and then you just bring this fuselage piece back down, that tab into that port right there. Soft tube up here, soft tube up here, so you can actually see what's going on. I need to raise my camera up a bit more again. He is getting very tall. Just tab down to place like that. So take his arm, slot, foot of Superion. You have this tab that's sticking out right here, which will go into this slot right there. And, oh, yeah, the wings have to be back as well. Bring that down. You'll feel a soft click into place, but it's in there, and it's in there solid. So we'll just put him off to the side for now, and we will concentrate on slingshot and disarm for Superion. So you have the two tabs, two holes, tab slot connection there, the 4 tabs here and the 4 tabs here. So we'll give you 3 guesses. Oh, and also this piece, the black piece, which will go into that slot there. I'll give you 3 guesses exactly what's going to happen once you have all this plugged in. I know, it's a right puzzle. Now, one thing I will say is he is tight on there. Like, he is legit tight. I don't know if it's a case where I might not have something lined up. But yeah, he goes on there, and then in your typical, as established with Menasor combination. Now this is one little gripe. There we go. I just had to push down a little bit. So see what I mean? He's not going on properly, so you do have to give it good old squeeze. So just extend the arm. This is really making a liar out of me. Well, the wings can come down anyway, so come on, why won't you go into your home? Look, there is no big... All right, go and do this off camera. Okay, got it. That was more of an effort than it should have been. Optional if you want to flip that tail fin down, and then just do the same on the other side. There we go, and there you have that. Oh, of course, rotate Superion's head around. And just drop the arm into place. Clicks on nice and securely there. And just to zoom out a little bit, so you can see what I'm going to be doing here. For air raids, get him into combine modes. I believe I showed this off in the review, but just in case I didn't or I forgot to, we'll do this quickly on camera here. So flip those up. You want to get this part here, bring that down. Before you do anything, get his head, just fold that down like that, and then just bring this around. You will have tabs here that will go into slots there. Tab that into place, make sure his head doesn't pop back up, and again, there we go. So oh, and the wings can come back like that as well. Now the official transformation has the cockpit coming down further as well, like that, and to be honest, I don't like that. Even with the wings coming out, that still looks janky. Doesn't look good to me. But anyway, just bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Come back to the back of Superion's leg, and you will have these 2 ports that go over these two tabs. And this panel here, unlike with Menasor where the panel to close these shin doors were at the top, with Superion it's on the bottom there, so you can see how that works. You have these two tabs up here that will go into these two slots on his shoulders. So you just line all that up as best as you can. It will, of course, fight you, especially when it's your first time putting it onto the combined mode, putting it all together. It will fight you. But there you have it. And as you can see, yeah, that sticks out as far as it looks. Now, me, personally, I am going to be leaving it like that. That, to me, now I know it's not completely flush because his robot mode head is down in there, but to me that just looks better and doesn't look as I would place. And if it's a case where a knee articulation is going to bump into it, it can still move out of the way. You know, so it's not going to be detrimental. It's not going to interfere with any poses. But there you have it. There is Silverbolt and the two current aerial bots, Air Raid and Slingshot, in their combined mode. And of course, let's talk quickly about Superion's gun. So with this one here, you can actually combine it with Silverbolt's gun. You just tab it onto the front there, give him an even bigger mofo weapon. But you have two ways that you can actually get him to hold this. One way is to bring out this 5mm peg here, and it does tab into his hand, just like that. But if you want, another thing that you can do, now this means you will have to move these wings out of the way, bring them around that way. But another thing you can do is flip that post back in, and you have this square peg right here, which can go into either this port or this port to give them more of that G1 look and cartoon look, and just tabs on right there, and there you have that. And one thing that I love is that because of his elbow articulation, as you can see there, the gun bends with it. That's a nice touch. I like that. I do like that. And as I said, you could also, if you want, tab it on here. But for some reason, this is extremely loose on my copy. Don't know why. But either way, something you can do if it's what you really desire. And even, you know, just to show you what it looks like without Silverbolt's gun attached. Like that, it looks okay. But attached Silverbolt's gun, now it's a weapon. So, I hear a few of you ask, how does he compare, since I've been talking about him a bit, getting into combine mode, how does he compare with the other combiner that was released there last year? So, here he is. Here is Silverbolt with Menasor. And actually Menasor, I believe it's just a hair taller at the tip of the antenna. Just a hair taller. And actually, I'm just after thinking of something here. Because back in the 80s when these two toys were released, these were part of what was called Scramble City. For those of you who don't know, Scramble City meant that you could take the limbots from one combiner and put them onto the arms of another combiner, but you could also swap the limbs around. So an arm would be a leg would be an arm, an Autobot would be on a Decepticon, and so on, so forth. Excuse me. Now, obviously, the arm bots are not going to become leg bots. But I wonder if you still have an element of Scramble City where you could take parts of Menasor onto Superion. Hold on. I'm going to try this now. Give me a second here. Just going to try and do this quickly off camera. With the greatest of ease. Greatest of ease. Thank you. Put you down to the side. Okay. So we have this embelled Menasor. Now to do the same to Superion. So I'm curious, very, very curious, if you can indeed use other combiners as limbs. So, oh no, I'm just looking, I don't know. Oh, first time trying this, that is on. What about the arm bot? Oh, wait. Oh, yes. Oh, you beaut. Okay, it's a little bit wonky. It is a little bit wonky, but Scramble City. It's not a full true Scramble City, but you can do it. You've seen it here first. You can actually do it. His name's gone out of my head. Menasor. Menasor's limbs can go onto Superion, which means that Superion's limbs should be able to go onto Menasor. This is, as far as I'm aware, this is YouTube first. We are seeing this for the first time ever. Okay, now Superion's arm is a little tighter to go over Menasor's combination. No, I won't force it, but yeah. And again, not the most stable, because this is obviously shorter than that, but you can do it. Scramble City. Oh yes, you've seen that here first. All right, let me get these guys back to their normal configuration. Actually, just one more thing to show you. This one I'm only after finding out there as well. In real Scramble City style, this is Vortex, Bruticus's arm. And he fits perfectly onto Superion's arm. So I've heard somebody say that their Vortex could be remolded into Alpha Bravo, which, if I remember correctly, was a alternate component to Superion. But, like, I mean, you're seeing it right here. Vortex, potentially Alpha Bravo, fits perfectly onto Superion's arm. Perfectly. So, for anyone who's given out about this figure not having Scramble City capabilities, you're seeing it right here. So, before we finish up, we will have a quick look at Superion here, and we'll have a look at his articulation as well. So, nice head sculpt there. Oh, and very quickly, just something to mention, his horns, his ears, they're just tabbed in there, so be careful of that. They can fall out if you're not too careful. If you don't want that happening, I would definitely recommend a dab of glue. Now, that could be a design feature so that they don't bend or break if they get caught in his chest, but something to be aware of nonetheless. His head is on that panel, so he can look up all that way. Can look down that far. He can do a full 360 side to side, so I think it's on a ball joint. I'm not 100% sure. His arms can do a full 360. They can go out that far, and oops, careful of that. If you use the transformation hinge, can go up that far. Elbows, you get 90-degree bend at the elbows without the aerial bots on, but with the aerial bots on, actually with this guy, you still get 90 degrees. This fell off, so that's staying off now. So that's actually pretty cool. Bicep rotation, you do get wrist rotation, but unlike with Superion, this is not ratcheted. And then for transformation, if it serves any purpose, you can move it in and out. You do get a waist rotation, but again, backpack gets in the way. but it goes as far as you would need any waist to rotate. The legs, if I move this out of the way, the legs can go forward that far. They can go back on a nice soft ratchet, I might add, back that far. Out to the sides, just like with Silverbolt, splits and then some. You do have thigh rotation, which we knew about. You do have knee bend, obviously, at the combination port there. The feet can tilt, but there is no up or down with the feet, and that is pretty much it for articulation. Now, just one more thing to mention, on his arms, these wings here, they're optional how you want them to face. So you can have them facing out like that, or leave them folded in so that they're more like that there. Your toy, do it as you please. Didn't rub your line that time, Go. Anyway, that has been my look at the Commander class Power of the Prime Silverbolt and Superion. Thank you very much for all your time and patience. Once I have the other aerial bots, I will definitely be showing this guy off in his entirety. Now with the aerial bots, the other two aerial bots, I will be doing solo reviews on them. I won't show Superion again off until I have the other two guys. Once I have all the aerial bots, I was going to say all four, it's all five. Once I have all of them, I will show what he looks like in his finished modes, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. So far, I'm loving it. His weight is a good weight. Like right now, he feels as heavy as Menasor complete. So that's saying something here. Couple of nitpicks on him, like how the horns protrude into the chest, how the chest doesn't tab in securely. You can even see it there, it's after coming out a bit, and that's just from messing with him. So yeah, that's something to be mindful of there. Splitting the aerial bots, if it's going to give that much problem when you have them on the arm, just split them before you put them on the arm and then combine. How this guy, I think he looks better with his nose cone left out instead of pulling that back further. But again, for each your own display your toy however you want there. But yeah, fantastic figure, and I think the skeletal system is working, especially to give you that Scramble City-esque effect there, which you've literally watched me do for the first time ever. Even to the point where I used Bruticus's component, Vortex, on his arm, and it still worked. So yes, the Scramble City, while it's not true Scramble City where any bot can become any limb, it's still a Scramble City style combination. That's why I think the skeletal system works. So other combiners I have down in the pipeline coming my way is obviously Devastator. I'm just after recently getting both Bone Crusher and Scrapper, and as you've seen, I also got Vortex. So at a later date, I will be doing reviews on them, assuming of course people want to see reviews on them. So until then, I will definitely be doing review on the other two aerial bots, and then the whole combination to see what the final figure looks like. In the meantime, I hope you have a great time, and remember, being a nerd is the right of all sentient beings. Peace.